Welcome to County News 802. The Rutland Redevelopment Authority, the economic development arm of Rutland City, plans on asking city officials for $50,000 toward a blossoming commercial area. At an RRA meeting held Tuesday morning, RRA Director Brennan Duffy informed his board, which includes City Treasurer Wendy Wilton, that he planned to ask the Board of Aldermen at its meeting next week for roughly $50,000 out of the Zamias Fund as a potential grant match. That match would go toward a $100,000 sidewalk replacement project near the new Vermont Farmers Food Center on West Street. The grant is through the Downtown Transportation Fund, a state pool of money accepting grant applications soon, according to Duffy.
We did meet with Mike Coppinger and the DPW folks to talk about possible projects for the next round of this Downtown Transportation Fund. I think what we came to a consensus is that small group, was trying again for the West Street sidewalks, which although is not in our designated downtown is a gateway and would have impact on the downtown. So what we have right now are some numbers that DPW came up with, which are a little bit higher, actually considerably higher than what we had talked about last spring when we went in for the same project and were not funded. I think probably our next course of action will be to get on the Board of Aldermen agenda for next week and propose the use of Zamias funds as the city match there. Basically, we have enough of a run there of sidewalk that we would use a private contractor that fits in a lot better with the DPW's schedule, because they could not do this in 2014. It would have to be in 2015. And again, I think this is a good opportunity to complete that project, leveraging 50% of the funding through the state program. But we will have to, I guess, have consensus from the Board of Aldermen that it's a worthwhile project and that Zamias funds would be a use for that. We actually kind of have three unique projects. One that would take you basically past the cemetery up to the Farmers Food Center and up to the Baxter Street Alley project. That would be roughly $37,000 to complete total. So we'd be looking for half of that as a city match. The next step would be going past the old Hour Mart site. That is going to be a more expensive part of this project because we have some contaminated soils we're going to have to build into the cost there of dealing with the contamination as the sidewalks put in. So that is looking at roughly $56,000 for that piece, and then there's another small piece that gets you from basically past the bridge there. And that would be roughly $9,500. So we could do the whole thing, which according to my calculations comes up to about $102,500 roughly. If we came in again asking for half of that, we'd be looking at a little over $50,000 in Zamias funds to get that done. Or at the discretion of the Board of Aldermen, these could conceivably be broken up into smaller projects, and that might be more appealing at the moment.
The Zamias money, paid by the owners of the Diamond Run Mall to support Rutland's downtown, is $773,000 strong, according to the latest City Treasurer report. Rutland Mayor Chris Loris, who creates the city budget, has in the past criticized the Board of Aldermen for certain spending out of the Zamias Fund, including a recent $50,000 allocation for sidewalk improvements at the corner of West Wales and Church Streets. In the meeting, Duffy said he didn't know the mayor's opinion on the possible Zamias allocation.
I have just had a very cursory discussion with him, and I'm not quite sure where he's going to fall on this one.
For Rutland Town, a new $2 million firehouse in Center Rutland is paying off, according to Town Select Board Chairman Stan Rhodes.
We're in Center Rutland at the new fire station, the $2 million bond that was approved by the taxpayers. And recently at a select board meeting, John Paul Fagnet, one of your selectmen, made a motion and the board passed a resolution to call this, from this day forward, the Joseph J. DiNardo Fire Station, located here in Center Rutland. Joe is a fireman of 41 years and currently still serves the town. Of recent, he was chief for 11 years and 4 months, and he pretty much spearheaded this project on his own. So we're here in the new training room, which is 32 by 52 long, and if you can see behind me is the 97-inch diagonal Promethean smartboard. And this will provide a lot of the interactive training if there's something going on at the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland. A specific weekend, our firemen will be able to take part in that. As they pan toward the kitchen area, you can see there's an air conditioning unit up above over by the kitchen cabinets, and it's got a full kitchen, so this should be serving the town well for at least the next 50 years. The building itself is of envelope construction. It's got 5 inches of foam on the roof under the shingles, and it's got 3 inches of foam on the outside under the metal siding, which is a 22 gauge steel siding, which is pretty near bulletproof.
The house, which costs taxpayers $15 for every $100,000 their home is worth for the next 20 years, is located where the former house sat for nearly 50 years. Rhodes said the station will be the hub of a growing revitalization movement in the old commercial corridor. He spoke one day before trucks moved into their new home. The 5,900 square foot building replaces the old 2,900 square foot one, and Rhodes said the old house had a leaky roof. All in all, he said it was just time to replace it.
This is going to dovetail with the town's Western Corridor project, which consists of, this is stage 1 of our revitalization of the Center Rutland corridor, and someday when the West Rutland water and sewer line, the study that we've recently completed, says that that's the most obvious and business-wise way to go. That water line will tie into this water line. The building is 5,900 square feet. The old building was 2,900 square feet, so they've doubled in size. This is going to be a multi-use facility. There's electronic locks on the exterior and on the interior of the hallway so that the seniors, or really any group, if the Boy Scouts wanted to use it, they'd get in contact with the chief and they'd be able to. Also the Circle, the townwide news circulation newspaper there, they'd be able to use this because they've been using the select board office. So this is stage 1 for us. We're hoping down the road we'll follow suit. Now there's water located right across from the plaza, so if that would encourage any kind of development down the road. But that's what it's all about, is trying to have a building that's going to serve the town, and this certainly is. And we want to thank the taxpayers, certainly. They're the ones that are, this 30-year bond is going to add about 1/2 cent a year, which is really money in the bank, and the energy efficiency of the building alone will speak for itself.
Tune in to County News 802 Monday through Thursday at 6:30 p.m. on your public access Comcast station, Channel 21. Online, catch County News 802 directly, live streaming Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Videos are also available on PegTV.com's on-demand feature.